Hey. Good morning, everybody. It is July 29th, and I hope that this helps your workday off to a better start. But I'm angry this morning. And first off, I gotta start off before I get into my rants. I gotta start off by saying that we just dropped a new episode, so please go find the DH podcast on Spotify, Apple, Breaker, Stitcher. Half of these things I haven't even heard of before. But our partnership with Anchor allows for us to be able to push our episodes out to a whole host of different places. And so if that's your preferred method, please, by all means, check us out. We drop every week. Sometimes it's earlier, sometimes it's later, depending upon when things are happening. We definitely wanted it to be earlier this week because hockey was coming back. Exhibition started last night, and so we were really happy to have that back, and so we made a decent amount about hockey as well, and how excited we are. So to get right into it, I'm going to go from the bottom up here. I'm going to start with number 5. Number 5, give the NL Cy Young to Joe Kelly right now, because Joe Kelly deserves it. There's zero question about it in my mind. Let's see. Not only did he zoom a 96-mile-an-hour fastball past Bregman's head on a 3-0 count, so he knew he had plenty of wiggle room. And I'll give Bregman credit when it's due. He took his lumps and he moved on, which is the whole point of this. Is that these guys need it, whether it's the fans or whether it's the players. You know that you messed up. You know that you cheated in such an egregious way that nobody likes you. And now you have to take your lumps for it. You're going to take your lumps without fans. And now because of this, you're also going to take your lumps when fans come back. So that's something you're just going to have to deal with completely. And it seems like the players have just, I don't know whether it's short-term memory loss or what, but especially Carlos Correa, I don't know where you get off. I really don't. He said that if you don't know, or he said earlier in the offseason, if you don't know what's going on, then shut up. Well, we do know what's going on because the MLB investigators figured out what's going on, and they figured out that you and your team are cheaters. You don't see the Red Sox complaining after they were accused of cheating. We're not complaining for preferential treatment. That's all they said. Taking their lumps. Yankees, as this entire thing is unfolded, there literally just came out a video this week of the Yankees were possibly videotaping people in the outfield in 2018. Again, that's alleged. Don't know if it's real yet. But as all these things are coming out, people know that they're going to have to take their lumps. But for whatever reason, the short-term memory loss that the Astros have is astronomical, especially Carlos Correa. I mean, I don't know where he gets off. Just because you have a shiny ring doesn't mean that anybody now thinks you actually earned it. It's completely out of cheating. And I don't know whether Manfred didn't want to rock the boat by taking it away from them or what good it would do by taking it away, because just because you take it away doesn't mean you're going to go ahead and give the Dodgers the trophy. That's not how it works. So if he thought of it like that, that makes sense. But regardless, I think pompous is probably the right word. I just don't get where Correa gets off, or any of them for that matter. I mean, I gotta give my hat tip to Bregman where it belongs. He took that zinger. Reverse chin music. Just took his shin guards off, took his elbow guard off, moved right to first base, moving it along. So that was pretty much all the notes I have on that. As you could tell, it gets people heated because this is the one year where you have to just deal with it. And the fans can't seem to get it. Half of them are trolls, so you don't know who's real and who's not, or who's just this beater troll Twitter that has the Houston Astros logo as their AVI. So, I don't know. That's one thing that always gets me is these egg Twitters. But I unfortunately have an addiction to Twitter, so that will not be going anywhere whatsoever. I'm trying to go through my notes right here. Yeah, Joe Kelly, give him the Cy Young after that. The strikeout, the chin music, the pouty faces, blowing kisses, the yawn after that Bregman 4-0 walk that was something to behold. I'll tell you what. All right, we're gonna keep up with the MLB. I'm going all over the place. I'm moving from 5 to 2. Number 2 was essentially that we had seen on Monday after the other Hi5 series came out that the Marlins and Orioles and the Yankees and the Phillies all got postponed. Simple reason why: Marlins were getting tested positive, like COVID, at an outbreak level. 17 people in one testing cycle, when other teams are testing in at 0 per cycle. So, safe to say that's what we call an outbreak, and they didn't want that outbreak to be able to spread to other teams. So, by postponing, doing some more testing, what the MLB actually decided is that they are going to serve a week. Now, they said that they have to suspend their season for a week. I don't necessarily know if that means all the games are being postponed or they're just going to take L's for all those games. Regardless, we never really had to worry about the Marlins making the playoffs, so it doesn't matter, but the MLB needs to be a little more clear in what they're getting at here. All the other teams, the Yankees, the Phillies, the Orioles, they're already playing again. We've had teams like the Washington Nationals decline to travel to Miami to play the Marlins. The MLB is the most contactless, or least with contact, however the hell you say it. It's the least contact sport out of all of your big four. And the MLS had something similar with this problem, and I promise you the MLS is a lot more contact, whether it's flops or headers, anything like that. It's a lot more contact than the MLB ever is. So this is something that they need to take into account next time when they're making sure that testing is being done properly, that they need to make sure that they're not going to infect other teams as well. So that's why the Nationals were trying to get out ahead of it, and the Nationals were trying to be preemptive about it as well. All right, all the way back up to number 1. Kyrie started a $1.5 million fund, and he's going to have other players that are chipping into this fund as well to help support WNBA players who aren't able to play, whether it's due to COVID reasons or due to anything else, because we've seen other players, and I apologize, I'm looking this up, so I don't want to mix my names up here, but there is a WNBA player who what she did was she quit 2 seasons, possibly 3 seasons in a row to help be an attorney. And I want to make sure that let's see. All right, Maya Moore. Sorry for that. Maya Moore is a saint, a human rights activist, so many other things, that she has stopped playing in her prime, in her 20s, to be able to go and help not just be an activist. I think the activist is downplaying the role that she has, but helping with all the legalities that come across in the freedom projects, and helping make sure, and the innocence projects, to helping make sure that people that are innocent get a fair shot at trial and are actually able to be free. That's something where she was able to take in that, there are more important things than basketball. There are more important things than sports, but that also means that their livelihood takes a big hit. And as much as we like to make fun of Kyrie for, flat earth jokes, anything like that, when he steps up and does something like this, it has to be commended. And it's absolutely incredible to see that not only are we getting players all across the board that care, but other players that are willing to help pitch in as well. Number 3, Mahomes is not only a Ferrari driving, Super Bowl winning, MVP having quarterback, he's also a part owner in an MLB team. He deepened his roots even further this week on Tuesday with with signing to be a part of the Kansas City Royals ownership group. They love it. He loves it. It couldn't be a better fit. The people of Kansas City, the fans of Kansas City, even the people of just Missouri in general, now that the Rams are gone, have opened their arms to Mahomes, not only because he's the best player on the field, of course, but because he shows the love back. He's giving back to the community. He's being a part of this ownership group. You don't want to be a part of that unless you want to make your city better. So, and I mean, also make a shit ton of money. But, sidebar, to help people. So, deepening his roots, he's essentially telling the people of Missouri and the fans that, hey, not messing around. I'm here for a long time. Let's make it happen. And everybody else seems to love it. Number 5, what we're going to roll in with, or number 5 on the Hi5 series here is Joey Bosa. And I should say contract signings in general, because yesterday we had 2 big contract signings. Number 1, Joey Bosa, 5-year, $135 million with the Chargers. It's awesome. Not only is he extremely deserving of that, but it's also just kind of a big middle finger to everybody in the Madden 21 group that didn't even put Joey Bosa, or Nick Bosa for that matter, neither Bosa, in the top 10 of pass rushers. Just egregious on all counts. But he got to show them, because he got what really matters, the money. 5 years, $135 million, with the Chargers. Now, the other person to ink their deal, Joe Burrow, getting $36.1 million in this rookie contract. And he got all of that signing bonus. So I believe there was over $22 million alone was the signing bonus, and he got 100% of the signing bonus as well. So I know that being from Ohio, how jacked up people here are to have Joe Burrow, and can't tell you, it's going to be fun. We've seen a lot of people that are skeptical, and I think that he is also extremely excited to go and prove these people wrong who might be skeptical. So that is it. There's your Hi5 series from the DH podcast for July 29th, 2020. It's a Wednesday. We're halfway through the week. We'll get it through, I promise. And we will catch up with you guys on Friday.